Ali Akbar Dareini is a researcher at the Center for Strategic Studies. He joins us now from Tehran. Good to have you with us. I'm sure you heard there the statements by Abbas Araghchi saying the US hasn't asked them for zero uranium enrichment. So let me ask the question from this angle. As far as you can see, does Tehran believe it's had an indication from the US that the US would consider a deal which allows even a very limited degree of uranium enrichment?
This cannot be ruled out. There is a possibility of a deal being achieved because Iran has come up with creative solutions showing flexibility about the level of enrichment, the scope of its uranium enrichment program, and also providing economic incentives to the Trump administration. Trump can boast and tweet that he was able to obtain more concessions from Iran than the Obama administration. So that is possible. It cannot be ruled out.
What would the more concessions be, though, if it doesn't go into missiles or support for allies?
Of course, Iran's red lines must not be crossed. Iran can agree to a deal that respects Trump's initial red line of no nuclear weapons, but Iran's missile program, its allies, and zero enrichment is out of question. But there is sufficient space for the two sides to maneuver on how to obtain more concessions within that framework. So
no, but I mean, the Obama deal covered the stopping Iran's nuclear program becoming one for weapons, right? You said that Iran could offer more concessions. What would more concessions look like beyond the Obama deal?
This will be a technical discussion, but beyond the Obama deal, Iran has provided economic incentives to the Trump administration, including mining, oil and gas industry investment and concessions, economic concessions on that. This was not under the JCPOA, but Iran has offered that. So that a deal is possible. It cannot be ruled out. But Trump's increasing military threats is undermining the process of negotiations, because the influx of unprecedented U.S. military assets in the region has gone beyond a message of deterrence. Iran looks at that as preparations for war, not deterrence. That's why Iran is prepared both for war and a deal.
Talking about that military build-up by the U.S., so yesterday I spoke with a former U.S. naval destroyer commander who said the reported, do emphasize, reported transfers to Iran of military hardware from countries like China and Russia, along the lines of things like stealth detecting radars, new air defense systems like the HQ-9Bs and so on. Now, he said that doesn't really represent much of a challenge to the US. How do you see it? How much of a significant military upgrade has taken place on the Iranian side since the June attack on Iran?
Iran has made a lot of investment on supersonic missiles and weapons that can kill U.S. warships and also target U.S. military bases. What Trump fears most? Trump fears four scenarios most. One is U.S. troops getting killed. He doesn't want U.S. troops to return home in body bags. If he attacks Iran, Iran will make sure that this is going to happen. Second, he doesn't want a protracted war. This time, Iran will react massively. Iran's military doctrine says it will show massive retaliation. It will be a bloody regional war.
What does massive
U.S. economy?
What does massive retaliation in a regional war mean? Would Iran not limit its attacks only to military bases in the region, but might go after other targets, energy targets, if energy targets are hit within Iran?
It will be asymmetric tactics. It will be a regional war. All American military assets at sea, in land, and on the air will be legitimate targets if Iran is attacked. Iran, will make sure, is determined to make sure that the U.S. will pay a very high price beyond Trump's tolerance if it is attacked this time. So no way for Trump to get away with a limited strike against Iran. Things have changed. Iran's calculations have changed. Trump believes, and he has said it, that instilling fear in Tehran may be necessary to compel Tehran to surrender. That's a miscalculation. Trump's threats does not produce fear in Tehran. It produces more determination to inflict pain and challenge and resist against the U.S. and make sure that Trump will pay a high price if it decides to attack and fall in Netanyahu's trap of a war with Iran.
Okay, Ali Akbar Dareini, a researcher at the Center for Strategic Studies. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.